Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Wasuyu episode 2, in which I guess it's still too early to be able to tell what exactly is going to happen, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm still unsure where this series as a whole, well, not the series, the season itself is going to go, right? Because we know how it ends. I smacked my desk. We know how it ends, more or less, right? It ends with Sonoko being crippled. It ends with Mimori losing her memory. It ends with Gin. I don't know what happens to her, but I don't think she will die, although maybe. I have no clue. Anything can happen, anything goes, really. So we know where it ends, but what is the purpose of it, I guess, right? The easiest answer would probably be that the purpose of this season is to give some backstory for Mimori and Sonoko, right? We knew that they shared some story in the past, and maybe our viewers would like to see that. But I'm not sure, because all of that could just as easily have been shown in flashbacks, right? Like brief flashbacks. That's where we first met. That was our first mission together. Or Mimori and Sonoko talking a little bit, right? We did not necessarily need a whole entire prequel. I wonder if the purpose of this season is more than anything the to establish the like mechanics, the world building a little bit, right? I think that's more of it. In this season, in Washio Sumi, the bridge is intact. In Yuuki Yuuna, it's destroyed, right? Each group uses a slightly different technology, slightly different henshins. The vertexes are also slightly different, behave differently. Instead of coming through the wall, they are coming through the bridge, right? There are some differences. And I wonder if the purpose of it is to prepare us for what might be coming in a sequel. In a way where it establishes that things change, things are in flux. And so when in a sequel we get some completely different mechanics to how their henshins and their weapons and stuff works, we're not going to call bullshit on that, right? Oh, of course they had to change it. They rode themselves into a corner, so they had to change how it works, right? None of that, because the prequel establishes that yes, all those mechanics change, and the world changes, and the vertexes change. I wonder. It certainly was heavy in world building, and a heavy source of various theories for myself as well. Again, we'll see where it goes. There's only 6 episodes of it as well, so it can't really go particularly far, right? It can't explore too many paths, I don't think. Too many like story threads. So I think it will be focused on just showing us how perhaps the current the Washio Sumi era technology they use becomes insufficient, and they try to figure out the new technology, right? Based on Sonoko's those like plushies a little bit, right? Maybe something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see about it, I guess. In the previous episode, let's maybe go for that, because I talked a bunch about nothing at all. In the previous episode, we met our characters. Mimori, called Washio Sumi back in those days. Sonoko Nogi, called Sonoko Nogi. That hasn't changed. She doesn't have an alias. And Gin Minowa, who we have not met earlier. We meet her only now. They are brand new heroes with no training, which is one big difference, who attend the same school, and finally forestization happens in a very different way. The Vertexes are coming through a bridge, not through the wall, and our girls have to fight them in a very different way, though, without the help of any fairies, without, I don't want to say without advanced weapons, because their weapons are as advanced as they come, but Mimori uses a bow instead of a gun. So that alone tells us something is different here. Their henshins are also very different. Their costumes don't include any floral patterns, so we already know right then and there, without anybody explicitly telling us, something's different about it. They are also fairly weak. They have big issues defeating just a single slow-moving Vertex. Whereas Yuuna and the gang had very little issue. So that's already another big difference. When they eventually learn teamwork and go at it together, they do manage to defeat that Vertex. But still, also another big difference, the Vertex does not seem to have a soul, or rather, our girls don't bother driving it outside of the body to attack it. Instead, it seems like the divine tree itself, like, showers the Vertex remains with petals and then it just disappears. I'm not sure what's going on there. Probably, again, some sort of a precursor to the current better technology. We also see not quite a bridge. We see some like long road of torii gates, so tall that the perspective turns them into triangles almost. It's weird. It's very weird. Then when they de-henshin, they land back in the real world, in the location where our girls in Yuuki Yuuna met Sonoko for the first time. So we already know how this location might have become important. And no photo of the Vertexes could have been made. I don't know whether it's because the Vertexes like exist on a different plane of existence or something like that, right? And when you are inside of the forestization and you make a photo, you really make a photo of the real world, right? Like the camera cannot register this alternate dimension thing. Whether it's because the Taisha maybe, you know, did something to every single camera out there and phone so that they're not able to capture that phenomenon. I don't know. Something's up with that as well. And the episode ends with Mimori making friends with Sonoko and Gin, going for some ice cream and having fun, making the first friends in her life, reading them the whole friendship manifesto she wrote in perfect calligraphy the night before. Yeah, that was great. And we know that Vertex juice can be drunk and it tastes like oolong tea and soda. So that's a new detail that we get. And yeah, and that basically covers the previous episode. So how about we start watching this one, right? Shall we? Yes, we shall. To do that, you will of course need your subs to follow along with me. Why are you running? Follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. On Patreon, Washio Sumi Early Access. And with that, we can start watching Wasuyu episode 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. Kinda reminiscent of Karin. without the tsundere factor. Blank and blank. Was it Gin who destroyed the bridge? Right, and the whole Vertex business is kind of more out in the open to the general public. Like, their classmates know that they're gonna be disappearing on Taisha business. No, I don't think we've seen this one in yuyuyu either. Yeah, the best chance you get is probably ranged attacks, indeed. There's the Tori gate route. Where is it going to take me, Mori? Oh, nowhere in particular. I thought that maybe it's gonna take her, like, past the, whatchamacallit. Oh, so it can be recorded. Past the wall. That's the first time we see anybody even know about the Vertexes outside of our heroes and the Taisha. Why? Did you want to be a leader, Mimori? Why do you think so? Okay, so I guess we're having a training camp episode. Sure, I mean, that's fine. Okay, so the ending of the previous episode really is the opening. Gotcha. So the ending is gonna be something different then. I'm not sure whether I should treat the fact that their teacher, counselor, I'm not sure, knows about the noise, about the vertexes, and in Yuuki Yuuna there's no person like that, right? Like, nobody that they can talk face to face. It's always the Taisha just operating from behind the scenes. Is it another difference I should take note of? Or has it just been essentially hand-waved in yuyuyu? While in wasuyu they maybe wanted to give us another character and make the Taisha less impersonal? If it is a change, if it is a new development in yuyuyu, that the Taisha works only from behind the scenes and doesn't actually, speak to the heroes face to face, then why? There's gotta be a reason. It's an interesting sound that Sonoko's making. Sounds like is sleeping in Polish. Śpi. Shpee. Shpee. Okay. They did not translate the Okasan. Beach episode, okay. I was trying to remember whether in yuyuyu they also could henshin in real world, but of course they could, right? The few very last episodes, they were fighting in each other in their henshin forms, after all. Oh, missed. My right ear is very happy. Okay, so it's a training camp episode with actual training and actual camp instead of just a glorified swimsuit episode. Also, is this the same place where our girls were treated to a dinner in Yuyuyu? I think it might be the same resort. And they're also eating crab. Okay, so still the virus explanation. Okay, getting better at it. A little bit too aggressive though, yeah. You have a shield for a reason. Don't get aggro from a tank. Sure, let's go for an overkill. Why don't we? I mean, you need your, you know, physical strength to be good heroes. Also, how'd you get all those wounds? From volleyballs? No. So that's an old wound? Of course. We gotta have a moment of gals being pals, right? I did not expect Mimori to be so bruised. I thought that, you know, by being on the back line. Yeah, those are boobs. Of course. She would like Azure Lane and Kankol. Actually, I don't know how Nagato looks in Kankol. Scary stories? It's probably very comfy. Yeah, scary stories, of course. Or girl talk. I guess that also works. Oh, okay. A broken. Of course. Nothing beats polyamory. It's the sphere that she brought with her, isn't it? Yep. Teru Terubozu? Was it raining? And Gin is late again, isn't she? Of course. And late to class, of course. That's gonna be her character trait, isn't it? Always late. Is it like, I don't know, she has to be taking care for her brother or something? That's usually how it is, right? A character who's always aloof and like always being late. Probably they have like 7 siblings or something. Asleep? No, looking at ants. She's just a fucking golden retriever, isn't she? What do you have on your back, by the way? Oh, a periscope. Yep. Taking care of her siblings. Or one of them, at least. My brother. And the cat. That she probably found, brought to school, and then brought home. And here's another sister, probably. I mean, that's probably why she's late all the time. Oh, we're just gonna be tailing her. Sure. That's why she's a hero, isn't it? Right? Yep. Or rather, she's been chosen to be a hero precisely because of those personality traits. Just like all of the girls who are conveniently a hero club member who's all about helping others, right? Oh, that's some good looking food. Suddenly I'm hungry. Are you using scissors to eat a fucking cutlet? Huh? Is this something you do in Japan? Shit. Yeah, the wind chimes. The vertexes are coming. This time for sure what? This time for sure will win easier? I don't know. Ah, I love the music here. Those are shortened henshins, right? Yeah. I love this music. It reminds me a lot of music in Madoka Magica. Also, this very rhythmic chorus, and I'm a sucker for that. A claw machine. Oil drilling rig? Or is it just going to shake the ground? Yeah, you're not alone. There's 3 of you. Teamwork. Teamwork, Washi. Well, you don't need to get close, actually. You can stay behind and shoot. Yeah, no blocking that. Hmm. A drill that will pierce the heavens. How are you this far apart now? Yeah, you can climb the rope. She's not gonna be in any more danger than she is right now. Yeah, you don't really have much of a choice, do you? Oh, so that's something you can do now? Okay. Big bow. Big bow with the magic circle. And... okay, that's cool. So she can shoot, like, timed bombs, essentially. I thought something's falling down. It's like some of my shit, but I guess it was in the show. Yeah, teamwork. Trust each other, first and foremost, and work together. Yep, get inside and break it from within. That's actually really cool. Spin to win, baby. And again, those wind chimes are reacting. I think those are like where the wind chimes are hung on the bridge. Yeah, flower calming ceremony. The last remainder of the Vertex again gets wiped out by Sakura petals. Yep. What's up, Washida? Why do you look so dejected? You succeeded. You won. Yeah, I mean, the longer you draw the fight, the higher a chance of fumbling something. Are we getting into some self-deprecation here, Washi? I mean, you can still be the reliable one. Just, ideally talk to each other and figure things out. There we go. Friends. Gin. Yeah, you don't get a nickname. Hmm. Okay, ending. Anything interesting? Or is it just gonna be Sonoko sleeping? Just Sonoko sleeping then. Yeah, I'm still wondering what's this season trying to be. Then again, yuyuyu also started fairly slowly, so okay. Next episode. Everyday life. Okay, so the next episode is going to be a fun vacation, everyday life, and episodes 4, 5, and 6 will be shit hitting the fan. That's what we're doing, aren't we? Probably. Similarly, as it was in yuyuyu, the first few episodes were very slice of lifey and fun and friends, and the latter episodes were just pain and suffering. We'll see there, but what we'll see right now, as you can tell, is this episode again. Yeah. Who would have thought she would blank and blank? What does blank and blank mean, was she? What did Gin do? Well, the most obvious, I guess, theory would be that Gin was responsible for the destruction of the bridge. Gin destroyed the bridge, or alternatively, Gin sacrificed herself. I can see that happening as well. She has kind of like, again, we haven't spent enough time with the girls yet, but this episode really made me think that she might have some sacrificial tendencies a little bit, or rather a tendency to jump in the heat of battle and try to block the enemy attack just to save her friends, and that might turn detrimental to her. I don't know. Again, I'm just speculating. I still don't know enough about the characters here. Half a month, second enemy. It's spinning. Bodhisattva. That's something from like Hindu, isn't it? Bodhisattva, yeah. Bodhisattva, no, it's not Hindu, it's from Buddhism. Person who is on the path towards Bodhi, awakening, or enlightenment. Okay, sure, gotcha. And she used some other word before. Yeah, before Bodhisattva, it was... Come on. Namu Hachiman. Hachiman is seven men, right? Like from Yahaore. And Namu, I don't know. Namu Hachiman. Is it something in particular? Hachiman is a Shinto divinity. Famed archer credited with being able to fire an arrow through 3 men at once as well. And Namu, I don't know, I don't see the Namu prefix anywhere. But yeah, something about like Namu Hachiman walking towards enlightenment. That's something like, yeah, I think that's more or less what this would translate to. Not enough though, yeah. Still tanking. And how did they actually do that? I guess Gin's attack was what worked, probably. See, this is interesting to me. I wonder... Again, I'm not sure about the importance of the fact that the girls have... I think her name is Aki, yeah. That they have Aki with them. It really seems like during Washi's times, the whole Vertex business was a little bit more out in the open, right? Like a member of the school faculty, a teacher, knew in maybe not full detail, but knew in a large chunk of what's going on. Their classmates knew that they're disappearing somewhere on official Taisha business. They would henshin while not fully out in the open, but on a beach, but still there is a risk of someone spotting that, perhaps, right? It really seems like it was more overt thing. Why would that change? Why would the girls in yuyuyu not have a counselor, a guide like her? Right? Why would everything be done just pretty much entirely through email? Not even, you know, having any contact at Taisha. Nothing like a mysterious priest that you can talk to, right? Nothing like that. A complete separation there. I wonder why. Did being overt cause some information to leak out to the populace, which created a panic, and thus they decided to be more covert about it? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say that there is a reason why why the hero club does not have someone like Aki. There is a reason the hero club has no counselor in the know. As far as we know, the club doesn't really have a counselor, yet alone one who would be in the know, but I wonder if there actually is a reason. And apparently recording the fight actually works. So why was Gin unable to take a photo? If recording works? And also, what's that about lives? No matter how many lives you all have, it won't be enough. Is it just, you know, reincarnation and don't throw away your lives and stuff like that? Or does the system work not on a basis of blooming makes you stronger, but rather on a basis of having multiple lives where dying doesn't kill you? I don't know. Again, we don't have enough information. I don't know what's significant and what isn't. By keeping the damage to the minimum. Your weak point is not having enough team practice. Yeah, indeed. Indeed, everybody basically trying to be on their own. Why you? Why would you think it's you? Again, we haven't seen anything that would point towards Washi being placed in any sort of a central position in the team. Right? Like, it would be a different thing if she was maybe already fighting Vertexes on her own and she got assigned to a couple new teammates, right? Kind of like Fu was already fighting Vertexes, I assume, or at least being prepared for it, and she got a couple of new teammates. So that makes her a basically de facto leader by default. Nothing like that happened here. So again, why would Washi assume that she's going to be the leader? Why would she want to take the responsibility of being the glue? I don't know. Again, nothing points towards her having a reason to believe that. She's from a lineage that should be chosen as the leader. Again, about the lineage, about the family. Training camp. The opening doesn't reveal much about what might happen, does it? Not really. The bridge, though. The bridge is important. The bridge is crucial somehow. Again, I really think that one of the girls will rebel in a way, will try to destroy the bridge to stop the Vertexes from coming over, but instead of that, it will just open the floodgates. Could it be that it happens after they see past the wall? We know that Sonoko saw past the wall. Sonoko knows what's past the wall in yuyuyu. They go beyond the wall. They see the state of the world. They come back. They panic. Holy shit, we can't have a connection to the literal hell. We have a literal fucking highway to hell connecting our island to this hellscape. No, destroy it. Wipe it out. And they destroy the bridge. Maybe. Seeing what's past the wall makes them destroy bridge. Because we know that the bridge is going to be destroyed. And we also don't know how much time is there going to be between Washio Sumi and Yuyuyu. Would a lot have happened in that period? I don't know. Like, I mean, it's kind of paradoxical, but I don't know how this show ends, so I can how this season ends, so I can't really, you know, figure much out. Because if this show ends, this season, if this season ends with our three girls still fighting, right? Doesn't end with Sonoko being crippled, doesn't end with maybe Gin being dead, doesn't end with Mimori losing her memories, then any number of things could have happened in that time. If it does end in those events, that would mean this season has to show us how the bridge got destroyed and how the new technology with the fairies and shit was created. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to squeeze it in the remaining 4 episodes. I don't know. We'll see. Right. Despite not being the leader, she really seems to be taking on the role of a leader, almost, right? Taking care of everybody's schedule and stuff. Should be more aware that you were chosen as a hero, yeah, of course. The duty and all that. I have to be the reliable one after all, yeah. Taking that role despite maybe not necessarily the role not being needed, but despite not being placed in that role. Right? Like, it's really kind of like, I don't know, entering a new group of friends and declaring yourself, I'm gonna be the funny one. Doesn't really work that way. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's her deal here, because I really wonder why she's trying to place herself in that central leadership position. Sun Beach, training in full gear. I think this is the same resort that Yuuna, Fu, and the rest went to celebrate the destruction of the last remaining Vertexes, right? I think so. There's the shrine, there's the crab. Everybody having their own crab, that was also a thing. The 3 of you must unite. Right, who brought what? Washi, of course, brought just the necessities, of course. Perfectly organized, perfectly conscious of what are they gonna be doing, right? It's not vacation, it's a training camp. Yeah, her stuff is just like her. Gin, a bunch of snacks. Some toiletries, and even more snacks. She really likes snacks. Meanwhile, Sonoko, just comfy, fluffy socks, blankets, the projector, the fucking mortar and pestle, or rather like stone milled Y girl. And it's not a fucking zucchini, or just a zucchini plushie or something. Knowing her, it could very well be just a fucking zucchini. Learning about the divine tree, Shinju-sama made the world to protect humans from the viruses. So the story of viruses runs even further. What happened then? Vertex was born and started attacking our home. Just randomly. Just, you know, one day just a Vertex was born. Just happens. You know, we have like plenty of Vertexes after COVID. That's just what viruses do, you know. Yeah, still not the perfect teamwork, right? Like they got hurt pretty badly, but much better than it was, and they finally managed to succeed. And Gin being a little bit overzealous, like, you just had to strike that car, you did not need to shred it, girl. They really are battle scarred. I would have expected all of the wounds they got from fighting Vertexes to already be healed, and I did not expect them to get any wounds during the training camp, but apparently they did. I don't know. And of course, a bit of fan service, gotta have it, you know, fondling each other's boobs, as girls are wont to do, just gals being pals. And of course, she has a thing for MILFs. Yeah, and Mimori has a thing for battleships, apparently. Again, the chicken and the cat. I stick to my theory that this is the precursor to the fairy technology. Sancho. Isn't Sancho... No, it's not Sancho, it's Sanrio? I think the company behind Hello Kitty. I think that's Sanrio or Sangyo, something like that. Maybe it's distinct, like legally distinct Hello Kitty, that's why it's Sancho. I don't know. It's very much like her, though. Scary stories. Yeah, instead some girl talk. And of course, I love you girls, you're my friends! Look how pretty it is. Man, fuck light pollution. Can I rant for a moment? Fucking hate light pollution. It's such a big issue in a city. When I used to live outside of the city, I could actually see the stars in the sky, and plenty and full constellations. Now we live in a big city, I can see maybe the most bright stars every now and then. It's better than it used to be, because the city enacted some like light pollution laws a couple of years ago, so it's better, because we used to have like those full spherical street lamps that would shine down and shine up for no fucking reason except light pollution, and now there's some regulation that all of them have to have like caps up top so that they can only shine down, so I can at least see the stars. Not many of them, but at least a few. I would like to see more, so I really hope that we collectively as a collectively as a species is probably asking too much, but collectively as at least, I don't know, the citizens of this city. I wanted to say maybe Europeans, maybe Polish people, but again, that's probably asking too much. But I really hope something is done about light pollution. Some EU regulations would be fucking dope in this case. But they would have to have teeth, and they would have to be really big and strong, because one of the big contributors of light pollution in my area is a tomato farm, where they grow tomatoes in glass houses. Glass house is not the greatest translation, is it? You know what I mean. And they are lit up with grow lights even at night, and you can see just a glow on the horizon sometimes. Yeah, something should be done about that as well. Rant over. I would love to see some stars. I would love to see the Milky Way. And again, Gin is late. She has a good explanation why she was late coming to this trip. She had a good explanation why she's late to school, right? Having to take care of her brother and probably a sister as well. Why was she late here? Having a phone call with her brother? Maybe. And yeah, late again. This episode is just a slice of life episode. It's really just slice of life. And of course, to the surprise of nobody, she's taking care of her siblings at home. Of a cat, she brings strays. Yeah. Doing housework, helping random people, you know, cross the street. and lifting up bikes and stuff. Just the other day, I was walking, just going on a walk by the riverside, and they have those like big umbrellas around, where in the like tiny port marina things where they have boats that they take tourists and take them one way or not and another on the river, and the umbrella was laying down. It was knocked over by the wind, and nobody picked it up, and I picked it up, and I felt so good about it. I had no reason to pick it up, but I did. I did a good deed, and it really felt good, you know? It really felt nice. I got no thanks for it. Nothing, but it really felt nice to do something like that. So I can see why Gin is also picking up bikes and helping people. That's some good looking food. Why? Is it a thing in Japan where you use scissors to eat a cutlet? Is it? Like I heard of eating udon or ramen, I don't know, some noodles, and actually using scissors to cut it down so that you don't slurp those noodles up. I heard of that, but I've never seen scissors used in lieu of a knife. Actually. Weird thought. Yeah, the others are just using chopsticks. I wanted to see whether the others are actually using the knife and fork, but they're using chopsticks. And that weird thought that I had was, is there like a nationwide ban on knives? Maybe? Like you can't have knives in public for some reason, but scissors are okay? Again, I don't know how normal is eating a cutlet with scissors in Japan. If it's normal, then sure, whatever, you do you. But if it's not actually normal, then it could either be Gin's quirk. She can't use a knife, I don't know. Or it could point at something bigger, that knives are not allowed in public for some reason. Knives are not allowed in public. Literally Orwell. Basically, like, you know, the Thais are just almost overreaching in the regulations, but probably for a reason. I don't know. Of course, at the worst possible time, forestization. Quick henshin, with again some great music. And an enemy that Mimori is still trying to fight on her own. Still trying to take the burden that was not even placed on her, right? Like, there is not even an expectation of her being the leader and the best hero and anything like that. She just decided that I'm gonna do it alone. I'm gonna be the leader. I'm gonna be the glue. And oddly enough, not even in like a malicious way. That's what kind of is weird about this whole thing. I'm used to characters declaring themselves the leader, but usually they're, well, not maybe malicious, they're at least, you know, not entirely good people. They want to be the leader for some more or less nefarious purposes. Usually, that's what happens. But it's not the motivation for Mimori. So why? Where do those expectations for herself come from? From home? from being born in the Taisha adjacent family? I don't know. But they come from somewhere. Yeah, no need to work alone. We can work as a team. And don't falter, don't spend time overthinking this. You gotta act. You gotta act, Washi. Stairway to Heaven, charge your Bodhisawa, or whatever it's called, and shoot it. Exactly. It's falling down. We have a nice big Gangnir. Nice big hole. This is a really cool idea, by the way. Make a hole inside of the enemy, and then have your dual-wielding character jump inside, screaming, and just spin to win the enemy from within. That's such a cool idea. And some really cool shots, by the way. Yeah. You know what? I don't usually use screenshots from the episode for thumbnails, but YouTube allows me to A/B test thumbnails nowadays, so might as well have one of the thumbnails be this. Maybe this, actually. Yeah. This is a really cool frame. And the flower combing ceremony. Why is it called flower combing? It implies that flowers were enraged, and now they need to be calmed down. I had a thought that's probably incorrect. What if the vertexes are actually created by the Divine Tree? It is the problem and the solution. And its flowers, vertexes, are enraged, and they need to be calmed down with the flower calming ceremony. Probably not, but just on the off chance. Vertexes are the flowers of the Divine Tree. Like, we got the story that the vertexes were created by the other deities who wanted to wipe out humanity. Sure. But do I trust that story fully? I don't know. It's like, it can only come from the Taisha, and Taisha is not known for being truthful, so we'll see. And again, wiped out by the flower petal. And Washi is not happy. She had a big part in this fight, right? This fight would not have gone this well without her, so she should be happy about it. But she isn't. Because she blames herself for not taking action? Because she thought she has to be the reliable one, but turns out she's the least reliable of them all? Again, I would have an easier time understanding her if I knew where those expectations are coming from, I guess. I'll work hard, and yeah, we are friends, finally. Talking to each other in nicknames and first names. I was about to ask whether she had like one flower in her head, in her hair, or two, but I think she always had the hairpin with two flowers. I don't think it's like a blooming indicator. The end result is we don't know. Let's enjoy. What would you do? Hooray, let the fun vacation begin. My bet is the next episode is still a slice of life episode. They're having some summer vacation fun, and then shit hits the fan. And then episodes 4, 5, 6 are pain and suffering. Maybe. We'll see. In future episodes, of course. That might already be up on Patreon, by the way, so go there, it's the link, and subscribe, and you can get episode 3 probably already out, or will be out soon after. Right, enough shilling. No, there's still gonna be a little bit of shilling at the end of the episode, as always. Good episode, but with every episode of Slice of Life, I'm getting more and more nervous, thinking of when is defecation hitting the ventilation, right? The more happy those girls are, the better things are going, the more I'm seated at the edge of my seat, wondering, so when is Gin dying? When's she gonna sacrifice herself to save them, right? When's that gonna happen? When's Mimori going to lose her memories, right? But yuyuyu kind of conditioned me to do that. Again, first few episodes of yuyuyu were just slice of lifey, friendly fun. And the suffering started later. I'm also wondering, again, how much this season is going to cover. Ideally, I would like it to cover the switch to the new technology and... but I don't think it will. Or maybe. Like, they had to switch to the blooming technology fairly early for Sonoko to have enough time to get her safe to the stage she's in. And, I mean, Mimori as well, to get herself to the stage she's in. I don't know how much time is there between the end of this season and the start of yuyuyu. I don't know. Or maybe this season is just going to be very positive. It is just going to be about the three girls building their friendship and fighting and winning and having fun and getting praise. Unlikely, but on the off chance. And I also don't know how many of the things that were shown are actually significant, right? Like the scissors, the fact that they have a handler or a counselor, all that stuff. I need more. I need to know more. I really do. This season is doing the thing where it's doing the thing that yuyuyu also did very well, where there were two wolves inside of me. One of the wolves wanted me to stop watching because all that awaits me is pain and misery, and one of the wolves was dragging me to watch it because I need to know more. I need to know more about the world. I need to form more theories. I need to get my fucking answers. And the second wolf was stronger. And it's the same case here. Like, it didn't get into the territory of just drama and tragedy that would make me drop it. Not to the degree that yuyuyu did. I mean, not to any degree, right? There isn't any particular drama or tragedy happening yet to the extent that it was happening in yuyuyu. So I can't really even talk about wanting to drop it because of the drama, because there is no drama, and I don't have the desire to drop it, but I am afraid of what's gonna happen. But the curiosity wins. The curiosity wins after all. Yeah, they're doing something good here. To make me form all of those fucking tinfoil hat theories about the significance of eating a cutlet with scissors and the implications of it for the wider society. Oh boy. yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this episode though. But maybe you guys have something more to add on the topic. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode? My reaction, my theories. No spoilers, please, I beg of you. Spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Yuuki Yuuna, but also Spice and Wolf, Unnamed Memory, Kaito Otome, Kaiju Hachigo, Sentai Daishikaku, and plenty others coming in the future because the next season is starting soon. And if you're watching this on Patreon, there's gonna be a seasonal stream soon. If you're watching it on YouTube, there was a seasonal stream, so you might wanna catch the VOD. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon down below, where for $10 a month you get early access to Wasuyu and other non-seasonal shows in the future, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me directly on YouTube membership, super thanks, super chats, and if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs you nothing and helps a lot. And with that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And with that's gonna be my wonderful patrons. Kimi without a Ned, Zarena, Yuki Ala, Ishtamu, Dr. Watt, Akamonster, Marsh, Vassal, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want without having to eat a cutlet with scissors.